Hi, my name is Vlad. I'm with Nanoflow Services. Today we're working on a 72-foot boat. It's a 2016 model, so we're already seeing some slight signs of oxidization. We're going to be sanding those areas, we're going to be polishing everything else, and we're going to be ceramic coating the whole boat. The reason we want to ceramic coat the whole boat is we want to prevent having it waxed in the future and having it repolished again. So some people might be wondering how we were able to take care of this part of the hull. Well, the owner of the boat was able to push the bow closer to the dock and we were able to get more of the area. But then the areas that we couldn't get by pushing it, we actually used a tender to get up to it and work that area and put the coating on as well. So we've already done this side of the boat, this side of the hull, and above the rub line. We've polished the surface, we've prepped the surface for the coating, and we've already installed the 2-layer system coating on here as well. So this side is done. We're going to be here tomorrow, have the boat flipped around and start on the other side of the hull. So I use scan grip lights to inspect the paint and the condition of it to see how much polishing it needs or sanding and what kind of polish is working, what kind of pads are working, what kind of machines are giving me the best results on the surface. Now with scan grip, the nice thing is that the brightness is adjustable, it's multicolor, so sometimes certain paints will show better flaws with a warmer or a colder temperature, and we want to seal those flaws before the coating is installed. As you can see here, this side's already been done, and the scan grip is able to show any kind of imperfections in the surface, almost more than a sun would. Alright, now that we've polished most major areas, now it's time to do the intricate areas or the smaller areas that we can't reach with the big rotary tool. Here today we have the Rupes Hybrid Nano, and we're able to get in between smaller areas, corners, or in between lettering. So come along and I'll show you what we're polishing. The letters here are not removable off of the paint, and we went ahead and taped them off to make sure that we don't actually bump them with the machine or polish them. So now we're going to apply some polish, and we're going to work around all of the lettering and edges. Alright, now that we've polished the surface, now it's time to wipe the polish off and remove the tape. And after that, we're going to do an isopropanol wipe down to pull any remaining oils or polish residue that we don't really necessarily see with the naked eye. Now that we've polished the surface, we're ready to coat it. And before we coat it, we're going to wipe it with Panel Wipe G-Technic and a clean microfiber towel. So we're going to spray it on the towel and wipe the surface. Pull off any remaining polish residue or oils on the surface to really promote the bond with the ceramic coating. Now that we've panel wiped the surface, we're ready to put the first layer of ceramic coating on. Today we're using G-Technic Marine Base as the first layer, and then G-Technic Marine Top as the top layer. The reason we're using a marine specific coating is because boats deal with a lot of oxidization issues, and we want to have a specific coating that has strong oxidization protection. Yesterday we explained a little bit of the process of ceramic coating a boat, but now we have all the tools laid out to show you what it actually takes to sand the paint, polish it, and then ceramic coat it. So here we've got a lot of different tools. These are the majority of the tools that I use. And if on this case in the boat where the paint's oxidized, where the sun hits it the most, we're going to use sandpaper or sanding discs to really cut that layer of paint off to make sure it doesn't come back. So we've got, in place of a DA, we've got this random orbital with sanding discs to choose from between 3,000, 2,000, 1,500, 1,000, and even down as low as 500 and 800 in this box. Now we want to obviously try the least aggressive method first, so we'll try it with 3,000. If that cuts all the oxidization off, great. If not, then we'll try a higher grit, and then that needs to be followed up with a 3,000 or a 2,000 so that it can be finished out with a polish. Otherwise, if we hit it with 1,000 or lower, chances are those sanding marks are not going to polish off. After sanding's done, then we're going to polish. We've got different tools to choose from. We've got the Griot's G15 long throw. The 15 represents the 15 millimeters of up and down motion that it has. So as it's going up and down, it's also rotating freely. Same with this machine, except this one has 21 millimeters of throw, so it's got more throw up and down. And it's the same size pad, so it's gonna cut the paint a little bit more aggressively. Sometimes we need that to really polish that surface if it needs it. And then we also have a rotary. Rotary's great for boats. Sometimes rotaries don't finish out as nicely as long throws. Sometimes they do. It really depends on the nature of the paint and the project that we're working on. And in most cases with boats, rotary's great with the right polish and the right pad. It can be even done in a one to two step. Now that we're on top of this boat, typically this area is most prone to oxidization. So we're gonna go ahead and do some sanding here. First, we're gonna clean the surface with a rinseless solution. Now that we have a clean surface, we're ready to start sanding. Here we've got a water with a drop of soap. We wanna have a little bit of soap to have a little bit of lubrication. Otherwise, just having water, it actually, the friction of it completely stalls the speed of the rotation of the sanding disc. So we're gonna spray some on it, spray some on the surface. And the reason why we're wearing white and lighter colored clothes is because this is kind of the messier part of the job. We're removing paint, so all of this paint's actually coming off and spraying a little bit around. Yeah, right here, that's another good shot right here. So now that we've taken some paint off here, you can tell as it's coming off and dripping down. We want to spray the surface a little bit and clean this area up so it doesn't drip down the surfaces and get them dirty or drip down in the water as well. We also don't want to contaminate the water. As you can see here, it's even more dull now that we've sanded it and we've cut a layer of paint off. Now it's time to polish it and see if all that oxidization is gone. Now you can see right here on the left side we've sanded and the right side's the untouched oxidized area. We're gonna go ahead and polish the sanded side and remove the sanding marks as well as the oxidization that we've already removed. Now we've sanded the surface, we're gonna polish it with a marine polish. In this case, we're using Geon Marine Polish Step 1. For this boat and for this paint, it's worked out the best out of all the other polishes that we've tried. We're wiping the polish away. We're gonna be inspecting and we're seeing really good results. Right here we've got really nice clarity and reflection from the paint, and so far we're happy with this and we're gonna go ahead and proceed with the rest of the area with this procedure. All right, thanks for watching. If you have a boat or aircraft that you want just as shiny as this boat here, feel free to reach us out on the contact page on nanoflowservices.com or my email at vlad@nanoflowservices.com. Thanks.